Did former President Rodrigo Duterte use his intelligence funds as reward money for the drug killings? That is the question that the House Quad Committee is now zeroing in on.
That comes after former Police Colonel Royina Garma dropped a bombshell at last week's hearing, claiming that it was Duterte himself who ordered that the so-called Davao model be replicated nationwide. Even former Senator Ping Lacson told One News he has long heard of this reward system.
And as such, the House committee is now inviting the former president and his closest allies, former Senators Bongo or current Senators Bongo and Bato de la Rosa, to the next hearing. Mobile journalist Kyla Macantan has tonight's big story.
The House Quad Committee isn't done yet. It now wants to look into whether the Duterte drug war was funded by the Office of the President's Intelligence Funds. That's on the back of former Cebu City Police Chief and ex-PCSO Chair Royina Garma's bombshell revelations last week, wherein she claimed Duterte ordered to replicate the so-called Davao model on a national scale back in 2016. Garma also said there was a reward system for PNP officers who can kill those linked to the illegal drug trade. Co-Chair Representative Dan Fernandez suspects the reward money came from the President's secret fund.
So kung nanggagaling sa Malacanang ang pondo at operation to ng police, so manggagaling to sa Intel. There are operations being implemented by the administration or former administration o kahit ngayong administration na kapag police operation o kaya military operation, gagamit ka ng Intel Fund. So we need to find out saan talaga kinuha yung pera. And we're pretty sure doon yun.
Fernandez admits that tracking down these intel funds will be difficult, as was evident in the deliberations for VP Sara Duterte's own budget. Confidential and intelligence funds do not undergo the usual liquidation and auditing process. But Fernandez believes there's a workaround. He says they just need to find out when the bulk of the money was released. And they will be needing the help of the Commission on Audit for this.
Especially doon sa panahon na alam mo yung panahon ng may pinatay ng mga Chinese doon sa Davao di ba? Yung tatlo. Baka doon nanggaling, hindi mo yung moment na transfer yung pera, paring makita. Yun yung mga titingnan natin sa QuadComm.
Among past presidents, Duterte had the biggest share in confidential and intelligence funds. In 2021, a year before his term ended, Digong finished off his entire allocation of 4.5 billion pesos. In a joint statement together with Fernandez, the other Quad Committee chairs, Congressman Ace Barbers and Benny Abante said the evidence they've unearthed shows that the reward system did exist, belying Senators Bongo and Bato de la Rosa's denials. In response, Duterte's former chief legal counsel, Attorney Sal Panelo, said one cannot launch a successful war on drugs without an effective legal strategy to neutralize the drug cartel and organized crime, which necessarily will involve funding from the government. The premise is that there was a reward money, no such animal, so the basis for the legislative inquiry does not exist. But in an interview on One News sa Totoo Lang, former Senator Ping Lacson said they've long heard of an incentive scheme.
Unang-una, talagang matagal na namin naririnig na mayroong mga incentives, mga reward, na kung makapatay o kaya makahuli, lalo kung na mga top level, yung sa level 1, medyo mababa hanggang level 4, pataas ng pataas. Ang nakasama kasi rito, pagka mayroong reward, nagiging over-eager yung ating mga kapulisan at minsan, nauwi na sa personalan. At kung hindi man, pinipilit na maka-score na sa ganon, makakuha na reward money. Yun na rin yung sinabi ni General Garma na parang pardon the word, pero na parang na-prostitute na yung kalakaran sa operation laban sa droga.
The House Quad Committee has invited Duterte, De La Rosa, and Go to the next hearing on extrajudicial killings. De La Rosa has said he's never attending the inquiry. Go, for his part, is willing to make himself available for the QuadComm. Go even floated the possibility of a parallel investigation at the Senate on the drug war, saying he can be the one to file resolution on this. As for ex-President Duterte, he said he may attend if congressmen ask quote-unquote educated questions. Mobile journalist Kyla Macantan, we are One News.